that'll be very nice for everyone, because it's the principle of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his instructions for us. We don't need to invent a new process. Mahaprabhu's indicated what the process is for developing Krishna Prem. So I haven't had a chance to spend much time with them because they've been busy doing lots of preaching. I hope it went okay in Portland. Portland can be an interesting place. For a very liberal place, it can sometimes have strong sentiments. So our guests are Dvijamani Prabhu and Katukarnava Prabhu. And Dvijamani Prabhu is from ISKCON San Diego, and Prabhuji is from ISV. So nice tag team traveling together and giving each other association. So Prabhuji is Dvijamani Prabhu is a disciple of His Grace Chaitanya Chandra Charan Prabhu from Russia. So Vlad, maybe other Russian devotees come, you can speak a little bit. They'll have to travel pretty fast because they're trying to go back to California today. So there won't be a lot of time, but if you can contact the Russian devotees and ask them just to come, okay? And then Prabhuji, I didn't get your spiritual masters.
His Grace Vaisheshika.
Vaisheshika Prabhu, yes. Vaisheshika Prabhu is well known on the West Coast and throughout the country and the world now. So, ISV sends quite a few book distribution devotees here. Devaratna Prabhu just came 2 weeks ago, etc. So let's welcome them with a loud Hari Bol. I don't want to take more time, but humble request is everybody come forward. Please get close and personal. They're nice brahmacharis, and you don't have to be too scared. And then others, when they stroll in, can have space, okay? Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Jai Satchidananda Prabhu, for introducing. We'll begin as usual by chanting Jai Radha Madhava. And today we'll be discussing how to become fully Krishna conscious through preaching. We'll read something from Bhagavad Gita. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yashodanandana Braja Janarandana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Stottra Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Stottra Shrimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Namacharya Sharidas Thakur ki jai. Premsika Ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Mayapur Dham ki jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Ganga Maya ki jai. Yamuna Maya ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. ISKCON Portland Yatra ki jai. Transcendental Book Distribution ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to a Sunday feast in Portland. And we're very happy to be here and very grateful for the opportunity to speak today on Bhagavad Gita and share something of our experience traveling and preaching, distributing books of Srila Prabhupada. So today's topic is how to become fully Krishna conscious through preaching. And we'll speak from Bhagavad Gita. This is chapter 5, text 25. Chapter 5 is entitled Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. So you can repeat after me. Labanta Brahma Nirvanam Shikshina Kalmashaha Chinadvaidhaya Tatmana Sarvabhuta Hiterataha Labante Brahma Nirvanam Shikshina Kalmashaha Chinadvaidhaya Tatmana Sarvabhuta Hiterataha Labante Brahma Nirvanam Shikshina Kalmashaha Chinadvaidhaya Tatmana Sarvabhuta Hiterataha. I'll just say the synonyms in translation. Labante, achieve. Brahma Nirvanam, liberation in the Supreme. Shayaha, those who are active within. Kshina Kalmashaha, who are devoid of all sins. China, having torn off. Dvaidaha, duality. Yatatmana, engaged in self-realization. Sarvabhuta, for all living entities. Hite, in welfare work. Rata, engaged. Translation. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, and who are always busy working for the welfare of all beings, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. This is the purport. Only a person who is fully in Krishna consciousness can be said to be engaged in welfare work for all living entities. When a person is actually in the knowledge that Krishna is the fountainhead of everything, then when he acts in that spirit, he acts for everyone. The sufferings of humanity are due to forgetfulness of Krishna as the supreme enjoyer, the supreme proprietor and the supreme friend. And therefore, to act, to revive this consciousness within the entire human society is the highest welfare work. One cannot be engaged in such first-class welfare work without being liberated in the Supreme. A Krishna conscious person has no doubt about the supremacy of Krishna. He has no doubt because he is completely freed from all sins. This is the state of divine love. A person engaged only in ministering to the physical welfare of human society cannot actually help anyone. Temporary relief of the external body and the mind is not satisfactory. The real cause of one's difficulties in a hard struggle for life may be found in one's forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Lord. When a man is fully conscious of his relationship with Krishna, he is actually a liberated soul, although he may be in a material tabernacle. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kopatrubhishcha Kripa Sindhuverucha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So once again we're very happy to be here with you, and this text is important because we see that Srila Prabhupada in the commentaries emphasizes preaching as the welfare, as the highest welfare for humanity. And often we know that Srila Prabhupada would leave us with great instructions. And one of the most important instructions, he would say that we should conjointly work together without personal ambition, because Krishna Consciousness movement is a very serious movement. And also he would say that we don't have so much time, so it's important to work together. And when we work together preaching Krishna Consciousness, it facilitates many, many things. But the most important for devotees, of course, is to develop our own Krishna consciousness. And that's what's been important to me in this trip, to develop Krishna consciousness so you can be a better representative of Guru Parampara. This text is wonderful. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, and who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings. If you look at this text, it seems very difficult to obtain that type of consciousness, Krishna consciousness. But, of course, it is possible. Everything that is written in Bhagavad Gita is possible to attain. If it wasn't possible, Krishna wouldn't be speaking it to Arjuna and to all of us. So, Srila Prabhupada is saying in this purport that if we want to be of benefit to everyone, we should develop Krishna consciousness. And suffering, duality, is due to our forgetfulness of the relationship with the Lord. Position of a devotee is Brahma Nirvana. And Srila Prabhupada very nicely explains that Brahma Nirvana means that we're fully conscious and we're dependent on Krishna. We know that the relationship is real. We have faith in the Lord. And He's present in our life. And also in other places, Srila Prabhupada would explain that position of Brahma Nirvana is the absence of miseries. Because when we constantly immerse with the Supreme, although Dvaidaha, the dualities, they are there, but we have supreme shelter in Krishna's holy name, His wonderful instructions, Bhagavad Gita. So although the miseries are there, we can navigate through them, being Krishna conscious. So that is the beauty of this wonderful process. Krishna consciousness allows us to be free from dualities. And dualities, they come from doubts. In the second chapter, Krishna is telling Arjuna, in text 45, that you should rise beyond the three modes of nature. You should be transcendental to them. And attaining that stage of Brahma Nirvana allows you to be free from doubts. Because you see that Krishna is real and we have a relationship. Once Srila Prabhupada was with some of our disciples and they were saying that we feel proud to be next to you, Srila Prabhupada. You're a pure devotee of Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada would say that now you know who is who and what is what. So you understand that Krishna is God and we are servants of God. So that's bona fide to feel like this, next to the spiritual master. So that is the position of devotees, to be near a spiritual master, to be near a guru or teacher, understanding the process of Krishna consciousness. Also, Srila Prabhupada speaks about how, in the next text, how when you see that Krishna might be far away, but although he is far away, the relationship with Krishna is established in this age of Kali through chanting Maha Mantra, the holy name. Kali Kali Nama Rupa Krishna Avatara. We see that the holy name is Krishna, it's not different from the Lord. And he gives an example of a tortoise laying eggs in the sand and meditating on offsprings far away in the ocean. So although they're not together, still the mother and the parents, they are meditating on the offspring and they raising them in this way. It's an example Srila Prabhupada gives in the next text. And we can see that although Krishna is far away, because we have the holy name, and because we have the bona fide process of sadhana bhakti, we can also develop the actual relationship and immersion in Krishna's divine qualities, pastimes, and so on. Srila Prabhupada says, although Krishna is far away from the Lord's abode, although we are far away from the Lord's abode, we can elevate ourselves to that abode simply by thinking of Krishna constantly, by engaging in Krishna consciousness. So how do we think of Krishna constantly? That's a very important question. And practically speaking, it's really difficult to think of Krishna constantly. It's really, even if you try to do that, it's impossible, almost impossible. But because besides the holy name, besides chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we have also a very wonderful facilitating process of book distribution of Harinam or serving the deities. When we meditate on how we can better be an instrument in these services, there's a great opportunity for us to be more Krishna conscious. And again, going back to the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, saying that we should work together in this preaching mission, we see that when we try to arrange or try to support this preaching, it's also an opportunity for us to broaden our Krishna conscious experiences. Because in the material world, as Prabhupada would say, that to have a genuine spiritual movement is a difficult proposal. So working together with devotees with right intention is a way for us to be more Krishna conscious, more conscious of Krishna. Tasmad sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha. Krishna would say that you should do your duty, he says to Arjuna, but you should at the same time remember me, and offer the fruit to me. And also he says in this way that if you're Krishna conscious, that the doubts, they also disappear. This is Bhagavad Gita 8.7. So Bhagavad Gita is very important and practical. It's meant to make us happy. It's meant to educate us how to work together, how to understand the position of Krishna and our position. And if we read Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself says that we get special mercy. Evano Kamparta says that when we read Bhagavad Gita, we get that special mercy. We get that because even to desire to cooperate with others is something that is cultivated for many, many lives. Just the mere desire. Not just to work conjointly, but that desire. So Arjuna was experiencing a crisis. He was experiencing doubts, Dvaidaha. He was experiencing dualities in the beginning. But then in chapter 2, text 7, he approaches Krishna in a surrendering mood. And he says that I'm ready to hear your instructions. I'm ready to act under your guidance. And in this very chapter, Krishna explains that if we surrender to Krishna, if we understand his position, then peace is established. Bhoktaram yagyatapasam sarva loka maheshwaram. And even if you chant this very famous Vedic mantra, Om Shanti, 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 if you chant this mantra, it's still difficult to get free from kleshas and experience actual peace. No matter how much you chant this mantra, even if you chant this every day. Because the kleshas, does anyone know the 3 kleshas? Everyone chants this mantra 3 times or says Shanti, Shanti 3 times because there's 3 kleshas. Does anyone know those kleshas, if you'd like to say? They are... yes. So some of them come from natural disasters, storm and earthquakes. Some of them come from our own body and mind, right? Sometimes we have anxiety, sometimes we feel emotionally not happy, not together, hurt. Or sometimes other living entities can also give us some pain. Famous example Srila Prabhupada would give when you're sleeping at night and a mosquito comes and bites you. So those are the things that very difficult, impossible to stop in this material world. Therefore there's Dvaidaha, there's dualities, there's miseries, sama, dukkha, there's happiness and distress. But although it's there, we can all experience the great joy in chanting and especially in preaching. Because in order to come to the abode of Krishna Loka, to Radha and Krishna, we need to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaura Nitai, Nitai Shachanandan. But if we want to get the mercy of Nitai Shachanandan, we need to preach and deliver or be an instrument of delivering people in the age of Kali Yuga. So that is our way in this time. And we're very happy to be here, to participate in preaching, and to also be an instrument, or trying to be an instrument of Srila Prabhupada and Gaura Nitai, Nitai Shachanandan. We prepared a little presentation on our preaching here in Oregon. So I'd like to show a few pictures with people that we've met on the streets. I can show you here on the slide. So this is the very city, Portland. We were yesterday at the Indian store, Connection. Right? And we met a lot of nice people. To the left, this is Durga Mataji. She lives in Portland. And 25 years ago, she was distributing books in India. She was giving Bhagavatams, Bhagavad Gita. Nitai Sachananda. And she was happily engaged in serving and distributing books. And this time we've met her. and she took a Srimad Bhagavatam set. At that point, she didn't have a complete set, so she was very happy to take a set from us. And then in the middle, this is the fair. And what is that fair called? Beaverton Farmers Market. Yeah, Beaverton Farmers Market. This is people from Union Church. They're actively involved in preaching. Does anyone know about the Union Church in America? This is it's a very nice church. They welcome all types of faiths, and they like to establish a connection with every spiritual practitioner on the basis of God consciousness. So they invite different speakers, and they're welcome to read other scriptures, which was very nice of them. And they enthusiastically took a few books from us also. And to the very right, this is one of the Prabhus we met also yesterday. He took a Chaitanya Charitamrita set and very generously donated for ISKCON preaching mission. So this Prabhu is actually, he's worshipping Shankaracharya, and he's reading Vedanta. And I told him that Chaitanya Charitamrita, and specifically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I asked him, did you know what he did? Did you know what he did? And he said he did. But of course I was implying that he was preaching when he was chanting the holy name vigorously in Benares. He met all the Mayavadi sannyasis, and eventually was able to convert all of them to take up the path of bhakti. So this was my hope in sharing this Chaitanya Charitamrita, that when Prabhu will read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he'll also be convinced to take the path of bhakti. So this is a very interesting occasion to my left, to our left. We went to an art museum store, and there was a two-floor store. And the Mataji, who is she the owner, or just she's the owner, and she had a display of this Buddhist monks, pictures of Buddhist monks. They were begging alms, and I was thinking, we also begging alms. We're also approaching people and distributing these books and begging alms for Krishna. So she introduced us to these pictures, and we were very enthused to see it. And I had a few Bhagavad Gitas, a little stack. Sometimes we would walk around with these books in our hands. And I thought we'd just give it to her so she can display next to the pictures and show it to everyone, so people can come and take Bhagavad Gita. So this is her. And to my right, this is like an auto shop. I believe that it's like a tire shop. It was at the end of the day, and I approached this Prabhu and gave him a Krishna book. Sometimes I feel enthusiastic to distribute a Krishna book because it's just a wonderful way to also be Krishna conscious and remember Krishna. So I just approached and told him straightforwardly, for many, many thousands of years, people did not know Krishna, especially in the Western world, because it was inaccessible due to a language barrier. But now our Srila Prabhupada, our beloved Srila Prabhupada, our teacher, translated Krishna book, and would like to introduce you to this great culture of knowledge. I think it will be a fun read for you and your family. So I gave this book to him, and he gladly took it, accepted it, and gave a donation. Okay. So I'll just jump through this real quick to give time to His Grace Katukarnava Prabhu to also say something. So this is our preaching in the streets of Oregon. We have a cart or a bag like this, and we just approach people who are spiritual minded and try to introduce these books. And this on my right, this is a person who owns a book shop, and he reads about 300 books every year. So I thought this is a really good person to introduce to Krishna consciousness. At first I showed him Bhagavad Gita, and he said, I already read Bhagavad Gita. So I brought him a Krishna book, and he was fascinated by the images, by the pictures. And he gladly accepted it and said that I'll probably finish this book within 4 or 5 days.
I like the quote up there. It applies from the Krishna book too.
I complimented his beard.
Did you see the quote?
The quote?
The road to knowledge begins with a turn of the page.
I actually did not notice that. That's good. Look at it, you pointed it out.
Gave him a nice book. Demonstrate.
Yeah, as they say, page by page, you become a sage. Right?
That would have been good to say that.
This person to our left, we're meeting a lot of people. I'm forgetful of his name, but he actually was hiking in. He was hiking somewhere in Arizona, near Grand Canyon, or maybe during the Grand Canyon. And what happened? He was far away from people. He was hiking for a long time, over a month, by himself. And sometimes they have like a saving. I don't know exactly what you call it, but a way to call some help if you lost, or if you're injured. Do you know what it's called? What is it?
SOS.
SOS? Okay, yeah, SOS, yeah. So basically he had that with him, and he got hurt badly. He broke his leg. Imagine he broke his leg, and he's in the middle of nowhere by himself. And he didn't call the SOS. He decided to just keep on walking. He has a very strong will. And eventually he survived. And he actually shared with me that he was attacked by wolves. One time they were hiking with a friend, and it was extremely cold in the wilderness. And so what they did is they set up a fire. And all they had left at some point was just dollar bills. So dollar bills, money. So in order to survive, he was putting dollar bills in the fire. And he said, I burned about $300 or $400 that day.
He's like not a movie.
That is true. Renounced, doesn't need the possessions, doesn't need the money. And then to my right, this is a winery, one of the first wineries in Bend, which stayed active from the time when alcohol was prohibited, and right when it was opened back up, I don't know exactly which year, but since then it was stayed active. So this person working at the winery, she took Bhagavad Gita. She actually went to Laguna Beach temple some time ago, growing up, and she took prasadam as a college student. So she was happy to see the devotees and get Srila Prabhupada's books. So I'll stop here on my part and let His Grace Katukarnava continue with our presentation. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to His Grace Jai Sachinandan Prabhu and to allow us and to speak on Bhagavad Gita and our preaching. I would also like to seek blessings from all the assembled devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhe vacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. So, Srila Prabhupada has given us this mission of distributing the books, transcendental literature. So in this verse of Bhagavad Gita, we see when we go out of our comfort zone, we actually receive a lot of mercy of Krishna. Krishna says in the end of Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, if you distribute this knowledge to my devotees, such a person is most dear to me. So this verse mentions that one gets free from the dualities of the world or the doubts that arise from duality. What are the different kind of dualities that we see in this world? There is duality of being a homeless person and of somebody having home. You know, when we go outside, we see many people who are loitering on the streets, and I see that I am in a better situation. I have a home, and I feel pity. Once I was distributing books, and somebody told me, "Are you homeless?" I felt offended. I felt offended because, he was comparing with me. So this is duality. I was seeing myself in a better position than a homeless person. But later I was reflecting, actually I am homeless. My real home is spiritual world with Krishna. Actually all of us are homeless. We are outside our real home. We all have left Krishna's association and we are loitering in this material world. We are in this life for maybe 50 years, 100 years, and then we again change to a different body, going to this universe, this country or that country. So we don't have a fixed home. And Srila Prabhupada, by giving these books, actually is giving us our real home. So this is one kind of duality that we can see practically. We see and we feel pity, but actually we should feel pity on ourselves. When we go out on book distribution for sharing, actually we do it for our own purification. When there are people on the street, they give you your valuable time, we should feel grateful to them because they are helping in my own purification. So book distribution is a high sadhana. It's called a high sadhana because one has to leave one's own comfort zone. One has to be ready to get rejections. When one is able to rise above rejections and accepts, that is called free from duality. That is called freedom from doubts that arise from dualities. Because in Bhagavad Gita, many places Lord Krishna says, one who has risen above honor and dishonor, whether one is honored for one's position or whether one is dishonored, that person is very dear to me. So somewhere people very gladly accept us like we see in these pictures, and somewhere people won't appreciate us. I went to a place where I met an atheist. She said, "Oh, I don't believe in all this." So I told her that Vijay Prabhu tells, His Grace Vijay Prabhu, he says there are millions of things that we don't know. Is that right? So she said yes. So one of those things is whether God exists or not. She said yes. I'm an agnostic. So many of the people, they don't even know that they are atheists or agnostics. So it's our duty to go and wake them up. Even if they don't accept the books today, they get a positive experience of Krishna consciousness. So this particular verse mentions that one can become free from all the sins by following Krishna consciousness. One can have his mind engaged within. One can be busy working for the welfare of all beings, and one can be beyond dualities that arise from doubts. All these four things are possible when we are on book distribution. If we are committing sinful activities, which are specifically 4 in number, Prabhupada says illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, meat eating, we actually cannot distribute this literature. So we can feel that we cannot chant Krishna's names attentively. So when we go out for book distribution, we have to follow these 4 regulative principles. Then we can actually experience the nectar of book distribution. So one has to have one's mind engaged within. When we get rejects or when we get accepts, we always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Our only shelter is Krishna. There is nobody else whom we can take shelter of. And devotees, as His Grace Dvijamani Prabhu mentioned, we are only depending upon devotees and Krishna. And that's how our mind is engaged within. There are so many people outside who are dejected. They are living with millions of people. They are working in the best of the companies, but they feel lonely. Why? Because they don't feel connection with Krishna. Because their mind is not engaged within. Our literatures are known as nigamas. Srimad Bhagavatam is called Nigama Kalpatarur Galitam Phalam. What is the meaning of nigama? Gama means to go. Ni is to within. Nigama means to go within. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the fruit of the desire tree of the Vedas. Nigama Kalpatarur Galitam Phalam. So when we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, when we are distributing Srimad Bhagavatam, when people read this after receiving these books, they actually get an opportunity to explore the inner world. People are fed up of scrolling, but they still keep on scrolling because they don't have a higher taste. They don't know anywhere else. This is called doom scrolling. Either they are scrolling on the phone or they are scrolling in the streets. But there is no happiness there. Only happiness comes when they chant Hare Krishna, when they connect with Krishna within, honor prasadam, chant and dance, read Srila Prabhupada books. So when we are going outside, we are not only freeing ourselves from dualities, we are actually helping others to get free from dualities as well. So what are the different doubts that we can have? Am I a soul? Does Krishna exist or not? Does he really care about me? Is he really controlling the world? So when we go out on book distribution, Krishna arranges so many things for us. When we take one step for Krishna, he takes 10 steps for us. So these are some of the stories that Dvijamani Prabhu already mentioned. We have to just set up the table, and Krishna sends sincere souls so that they can accept Krishna consciousness. I would also like to add some more stories by sharing these pictures. This is in Oregon Country Fair. We were in Eugene, near Eugene. So it's one of the biggest festivals. I think it's more than 60 years old. So we set up this table. This is a trail on the way to the festival. So we had this idea to set up a table, and many people were appreciating, distributing, accepting these books very nicely. This is the whole Srimad Bhagavatam display, and people are curiously taking, and so many hundreds of books were distributed during that country fair. This is also some pictures from Oregon Country Fair. So there was this person on the top left, his name is Nathan. He was set up right next to our table. He was giving balloons to everybody. And he came from Las Vegas for setting it up. And he got Bhagavad Gita, he happily accepted, made a donation. He actually helped us set up the table and the tent. So every living entity is getting benefited by book distribution. They get some service. These people on the top right, they were so spiritual, they chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra with us. We have a video for this evidence. And then there's this person called Matt on the left bottom. So he was so happy to receive books, he made a very generous donation. And then there is Jordan on the bottom right. He and his daughter Amber, they received books even last year in Oregon Country Fair. So he said he wants to meet devotees, he wants to stay with devotees, he wants to distribute books, but he doesn't have association. He lives in Vancouver, Washington. So he has to drive an hour to be here. So it is kind of difficult, but we gave him few sets of Bhagavad Gita so that he can distribute to his friends, and we connected him with online classes. So this is, he is very interesting guy actually. So he was very happy taking the books, and he's like a monk. He's like one of us. So he wanted to come with us, except that his partner was not ready. Otherwise, we could have just enrolled him in our team. This was also in Oregon Country Fair, and these pictures are from Bend, and then later on in Portland. So there are so many stores in Bend downtown. We just went store to store. This is on the top left. There is an owner which has big art work, and her name is Tamara. She was so happy that we are doing this service. Many times we feel hesitant. When we enter a store, people might say, "Oh, you are just soliciting. Why are you here?" But actually, people are looking for this. As my Guru Maharaj, His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu says, people are waiting, when will Gaur Nitai come and save me? They are just waiting, sitting, when will Gaur Nitai come and save me? When will Nitai Shachinandan come and save me? So many people, so many ripe souls are there. So she was so appreciative. She took 2 sets of Bhagavad Gita and she made a generous donation. She said, she was telling me again and again, thank you for coming out of your way. Thank you for doing this service. We were telling them that we come from California and we distribute these books, and they were so appreciative. We received so many compliments. I think we have hundreds of pictures. We are only putting few here because of the lack of time. There is one lady on just right to her. She has a son, Benjamin, and we showed her the entire set of Bhagavatam. and she was so happy to see the pictures. We told her, the first canto, that this teaches us how to live in this world and how to leave this world. So we showed the picture of Parikshit Maharaj, how he had only 7 days to live, and he spent his 7 days hearing about Krishna from Shukdev Goswami. And then we showed her the picture of Bhishma. Bhishma was lying on the bed of arrows, but his conscience was so clear that he was able to instruct the next king about the duties. So that is called spiritual power. This is the power of these books. And she was so happy. She made a generous donation and she got the entire set of Bhagavatam. She said, I want to give this to my kid, Benjamin. And on the bottom we have one bar owner. She was actually washing her car, and we stopped to fill our water tank, and she happily gave us the water, the hose for filling our water tank, and Dvijamani Prabhu showed her the Bhagavatam and she happily accepted the Bhagavatam. Then we have a owner of Real Taste of India, that's in Bend. He accepted Srimad Bhagavatam, said he gladly donated. So Dvijamani Prabhu, he has a charm. Whomever he present, they happily accept Srimad Bhagavatam. So this was on the right. We have this in Beaverton Farmer Market with Ashish Prabhu. Ashish Prabhu is a hidden gem. He is so comfortable with sharing Krishna consciousness and showing the books. His colleague is in the picture. His name is Miguel. They work together in Intel, and he was just checking the books, and they happily accepted Chant and Be Happy and a Higher Taste book and made a donation. So we should not feel hesitant to share these books. Actually, these books can make our bonds even stronger. Even if we are working in this world, sometimes when I was working, I was working in IT for 7 years. And once I was distributing books in Santa Cruz, and I met my manager. She was an Indian, so she was very happy. Oh, you're distributing Bhagavad Gita? Yes. Would you like some? Yes, I would like. And I requested her for a donation. And she made a donation also. So we should not be hesitant actually, because we are doing Lord Chaitanya's work, and Lord Chaitanya is there to back us up, in everything. We are not doing it for personal sense gratification. The more I think that I am doing this for my personal prestige, the more I feel discontent, the more I feel discouraged. But if I understand, it is not me who is distributing these books, it is Srila Prabhupada, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and my Guru Maharaj. They are actually distributing. I am just trying to be an instrument. Just like Arjuna. Lord Krishna told Arjuna, I have killed everybody already. You can just be an instrument. Be an instrument. So similarly, when we are going out distributing these books, we are just becoming an instrument. Somebody will give them books, because Lord Chaitanya's movement is going to spread all over the world. Prithvi te ache jato nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoibo mor naam. It's already predicted that all over this world, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaur Nitai's name will be chanted. If you want to take the credit for being an instrument, it's your choice. So we should go out with all our heart and enthusiasm to be an instrument. Then there's a lady we met in Indian store yesterday, Indian Connection. She's an elderly lady. She actually is a fan of S.B. Keshav Swami. She showed me the videos of S.B. Keshav Swami. She was so happy. She would thank me for doing our work, chanting. She blessed us. She took Chant and Be Happy. Then there is Ravi Prabhu. He used to be here. He told us, we met him in Portland on Hawthorne Street. And he was very happy to take some books. He said he serves in the temple when there is Janmashtami. And then there is a person at the bottom. I met him on the streets of Portland, Hawthorne Street. He was with his stepson going to some shop. He remembers Hare Krishna from bands, Kirtan bands, Shelter 108. So he was very happy to accept books. So we meet people from all walks of life, and they accept these books. in this way they are benefited and we are benefited. When Srila Prabhupada asked his Guru Maharaj, please tell me what is my duty. Please tell me what is an instruction. He said, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told him that you please translate this literature in English language. This will be good for you and it will be good for them. It will be beneficial for both of you. So for us, the hard work is already done. The books are already available. We don't have to do anything. We just have to take them out and put a table. And Krishna himself will send these people. They will ask you, give me the books. What do you have here? Actually, you will see so many stories. I was presenting Bhagavad Gita to a person and he saw Srimad Bhagavatam in my hand. He said, I already have Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1. I want to have the next set. And he got the full set of Bhagavatam. This was in Portland, downtown. He runs a shop on natural medicines. So our duty is to take time and take courage and go out with devotees. And rest of things is taken care by Lord Chaitanya. So this way we can feel always connection with Krishna. Because this is the way we can constantly think of Krishna. Because we feel anxiety, what will happen next? How is this person going to respond? We are going to the great unknown of this world. So our humble request to all the devotees is that please take out some time, talk to at least one person every week. Tell them about Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told us, Yare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh, amar agnya guru hoya tara idesh. Whomever you meet, please tell them about Krishna. And my instruction be a guru. Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you so much for your time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Maybe one question because we don't have time, as much time. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you Prabhu. It was so inspiring to hear from both of you, especially when we go for big distribution, right? Like always we need to keep our pride and ego aside, and as you said, rejections. Usually, it will not be so encouraging if someone rejects. Like you offer a book and people might reject. Like my first question is how to take that. And the second point you said is very good thing. It is not like we are giving Krishna consciousness, we are spreading Krishna consciousness. It is about our own purification, right? That is the first thing, right? Whether they accept or not, even if they see a Krishna book or even if they touch Krishna book, it's like spreading Krishna consciousness. So two things. One is how to accept rejections and move on. And second thing is how to improve that consciousness of book distribution, especially devotees like us. What is the instruction when we go for book distribution? How to approach the general public in terms of book distribution?
I guess I'll say something quick and then His Grace could go. So in rejection, the purification comes. That's kind of that's what I was thinking about, that when you get rejected, the purification is there, and you can reflect on how you can be a better instrument when you go back to the ashram or back home. And also, what helps is when you get rejected is knowing that and preparing yourself in advance that not everyone will take a book. So having that knowledge is helpful. Plus, every no is a step closer to a yes. And you always get a lot of encouragement when after so much rejection you meet someone who is favorable and is ready to take a book. It's a nice encouragement, a lot of enthusiasm. And practically what devotees do on Sankirtan when they get rejected is they chant Hare Krishna mantra or meditate on different shlokas, remembering Guru Maharaj or Srila Prabhupada. So those are some things that help us.
Hare Krishna. I would like to add, when we want a balanced diet, we should eat rainbow diet because it's all nutrition, right? So everybody likes sweets, but how about bitter? we need something bitter because it's good for digestion. So it's good to have rejections and it's good to have accepts. So it's a balanced diet. So we see that we are progressing if we get both of them. And we can think that I'm not the doer. I'm just an cooperator in Krishna's mercy. So I'm doing this to cooperate with my Guru Maharaj. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would be glad if a brahmachari will sell one magazine of 5 paisa. He has done great job. So we should not be so much after how many people are accepting, but just I'm going to please my superiors. That's my attitude. And if I can do that enthusiastically, Krishna will definitely send those people who will accept. And then we'll really know that it's not me. It's actually Krishna. If people accept constantly, then I will become proud. And Krishna doesn't like pride in his devotees. So it is good for us, Prabhu, to have rejections. Hare Krishna.
Does anyone else have a... I think, the prasadam offering, the bhoga offering was just offered to the Lord by the pujaris. But this is the real bhoga offering. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It's offering one's heart to Krishna. So let's stand up and chant the holy name with enthusiasm and appreciation of the gift Mahaprabhu gives us. Hare Krishna. So would you like to lead chanting? Okay. Not pressure, but if you want to.
Okay. I'll play cards.
Yes. Devotees can play Mardhan also. This is the Prabhu. Your Guru Maharaj's name is? Your Guru Maharaj's name is?
Chandra Chaitanya Charan Prabhu.
That's his Guru Maharaj. So he's his, I wanted to...
Let's see.
Brahmania.
Dvijamani.
They have the same spiritual master.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, I know.
Chandra Chaitanya Charan.
I don't know what's it.
Hare Krishna. There's a wallet. Somebody's? Chaitanya. Okay, thank you.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribo. Shri Shri Nitai Sachinandana ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की श्री जगन्नाथपुरी क्षेत्र की गंगा माई यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की ग्रंथ राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories to assembled devotees all glories and glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
We'll sing their prayers. Tungavidya Mataji, you want to sing?
Hold on for right now, Jason. Hari Rupa Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Keshavadita Nara Hari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Keshavadita Nara Hari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Narahari Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Narahari Jaya Narahari Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Srila Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hariva 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 Nitai Gaura Hariva Nitai Gaura Hariva 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 Nitai Gaura Hariva श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय श्री भक्त शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय शिला गुरुदेव की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Sorry, I'm on emergency duty as well, so trying to respond to hospital simultaneously. So thank you all for joining us for our Sunday feast. How is everybody doing? Having a good day today? Having a great day today? That doesn't sound so enthusiastic. We're done. You can sit down. Thank you all for joining us for our Sunday feast. We're very happy to see you here today, especially our two brahmacharis who gave a wonderful, I think, inspiring and thoughtful interactive session with pastimes from Sankirtan book distribution, and also kind of sharing the mood and reciprocation that they're receiving very nicely. So thank you very much. And very inspiring. Your surrender to the process is always, shows us what the life of a devotee is. So, and everyone can, like Prabhuji said, you can speak to somebody about Sri Krishna Bhagavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the holy name, glorifying bhakti, at least to one person a week. How many people do that here? Like, speak to somebody about the essence of bhakti? Yes? Nice. Only 2 people? Don't give Vidya. You're taking care of patients. You can speak to every patient about it, right? How about anybody else? How about Mataji's? They're usually the leaders in this. Sri Pada Mataji's doing it, Srila Prabhupada disciple. So take a moment to experience what that feels like. And when you experience it and the reciprocation, it will enliven you and give your Krishna consciousness strength. Sharing Krishna consciousness enhances one's bhakti. So please do it. It's a very helpful statement. It'll make your life better, and it'll make society get elevated in consciousness also. That's what we need right now, where there's so much challenges and differences of opinions and people talking at each other but not really talking to each other. So I think that'll help a lot. So thank you very much. They have a busy trip. They're going immediately back after this down to San Jose today. So they won't be around for too long. But please bless them so that they can continue their seva very nicely with a loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And I wanted to introduce you to a couple of devotees before you left, please. So let's make some announcements, upcoming events. Can we go ahead and do that? Any first-time visitors here? Yes, see yourself. Anyone else? I see one devotee. Anyone else? First time? Second? Third? Okay. Anyone else? Okay. 3. Oh, you've been here before. Okay. So let's start with you. Can you introduce yourself and what attracted you to come? What inspired you to come to the temple?
My name is Zari.
Okay.
I just have been trying to look at a lot of new things recently.
Okay.
Opening up my mind to a lot of things that I believe I need.
Thank you. That's very nice. As we get older, our mind gets filled with so many things. That's why, like, you'll see little kids can learn languages and musical instruments and this and that very rapidly. But as Hare Krishna, can we just have one conversation? So, I think when we get filled in with so many ideas, thank you. Thank you. Then, it's hard to absorb new foundational concepts that can change our life. So, Zari, thank you for, opening up your heart and your mind, allowing, the love that is Lord Krishna enter into that. So thank you very much for coming. Hope to see you again if opportunity presents. And then I think I saw yourself. What's your name? Sierra. Sierra. And are you here by yourself today? No, I'm actually here with Oh, cool. I've seen you before. Okay, so that's the way it goes. Somebody has to start the process, and then you become the next person who brings somebody. Always. So, welcome. And I think I saw a Mataji there with the glasses. You said you were first time also. You were here with, it looks like you have some children with you? Okay. You're what? What's your name? Dimple. And your daughter's name? You live here now, or you're just visiting? No, I said you live in Portland, or you're visiting? No, we are from job. My husband. Where's your husband? He's hiding out. You first time for you too. Why didn't you raise your hand, or did I fail to? Women always lead. But what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Myrna. I came from Ahmedabad.
Okay.
And I think last month.
Okay.
And we used to visit ISKCON.
Sure.
Oh,
yes.
And one is that Radhe Gopal, that is the second.
Uh-huh.
My wife is to go there. And
Your friend?
yes, my friend told me we have ISKCON.
Yes. Please come. Which company are you with? INTA?
TCS.
Okay. So thank you for coming and bringing your family. We'd love to have you here. We have other people from, your family's not from Ahmedabad, right? You're from Ahmedabad? Your mom is. So we have other folks from Ahmedabad. At one time in our many lives, we probably were all in Ahmedabad too. So we're all relatives. Thank you for coming. Anybody else for the first time? I think that was it. Let's hear with a loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So the next one is a generic one. I'm sorry. I was accused of making too long announcements. So loud Hari Bol to everybody having birthdays and anniversaries. Congratulations. Hari Bol. Okay, we have events coming like all Vaishnava temples are having this coming year, this coming month. So Saturday, August 2nd, we have Sri Jagannath Rath Yatra in downtown Portland. I don't know whether two of you will be back in lovely California, but maybe you can send your blessings. So I was listening to a nice lecture, and it was this devotee was saying, we chant japa inattentively, and yet we expect Krishna to hear our prayers attentively. So that's very instructive. So we have Sri Jagannath Rath Yatra. We have about 170 devotees signed up for that, so that's pretty awesome. Srila Prabhupada always instructed that Rath Yatra should be at the most prominent place. John Shakshu Prabhu, please come if you can. He lives in Eugene, but he kindly comes. So please come if you can. It's a little distance. Maybe you can meet him on your way for your book distribution routes. And then we observe Sri Balaram Purnima on August 8th, which is a Friday. Please come, bring family and friends. And then the real meaning of Guru is one who turns our face towards Krishna by getting rid of things that are not necessarily related to Krishna. And part of that is Maha cleaning. Clean the heart and clean the chitta and clean the temple. So that's a very nice event. We can't have Sri Krishna Janmashtami and invite Bhagwan to appear in a temple that needs to be Maha cleaned. So please come. You can wear comfortable clothes. You don't have to wear dhoti kurta or sari, just whatever you can. And roll up your sleeves and come and help. Okay, if you can. Saturday, August 16th is Sri Krishna Janmashtami celebration. It's on Saturday. So please come. Last year we had about 3,600 individuals, guests, and we're kind of running out of space in the temple and the property temple, but you're all welcome, and bring your family and friends and help out once again. And then after that is the festival that I like the most, which is Srila Prabhupada Parents' Day, because it's the sweetest, and it's a chance to remember what Srila Prabhupada gave us, which is Krishna Prem. And then August 31st is Sri Radhashtami. A lot of people say Srila Prabhupada didn't explicitly give Krishna Prem. Srila Prabhupada in the very introduction has the rasa, discussion on rasa right at the introduction, so clearly he did intend that. And then we have, if one Rath Yatra is not enough, we have a second one in Beaverton where we join a celebration parade, and that's a great opportunity to book distribute as well. We usually distribute quite a few books, but it goes so fast that you have to go fast and give people books and prasadam. So that's attended by like 10,000 people. So that's the events. You can go into their nice WhatsApp messaging that's going out. If you aren't getting any WhatsApp messaging from the temple, can you raise your hand? You? Oh, I didn't see. If you all get it, fine. If you don't, then Damodar Leela Mataji is the one who sends out the WhatsApp messages. Okay, next. So that's about the Rath Yatra. It'll be from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Krishna Keshav Prabhu and Madhuri Prabhu are coordinating this event, and temple is of course going to participate. So please come. And the idea is to kind of, we're part of a parade. We're not like just strolling out of our bed in shorts and jeans. So the idea is to have some sort of uniform dress. So the Matajis picked up light pink colors, like if you have sari in pink, or you have, is it okay if they have kurta pajama or whatever in pink? Tamadalila Mataji? That's fine. Of course, the most fundamental thing is come and participate. But then the other stuff is we were instructed by our ex-GBC that it doesn't look great if people are just walking around with backpacks and orange hats and, ragtag group. We want to be professional as best as we can. It's not essential, but it's nice. For the Prabhus, some white dhoti kurta or white pants, white shirt, whatever. Prasadam will be served at the end. If you're coming, there's a URL. Please take it and just hit all attend. Okay? And our website, ISKCONportland.com, has details about parking, etc. Next. And then Shri Balaram Purnima, that'll be here. There's opportunities to have sponsorship of bhoga, flowers, abhishek, etc. Please make it possible if you desire. Next. Call for volunteers about Maha cleaning. So we're showing picture of Mahaprabhu cleansing the temple, Gundicha Mandir. So he himself led, and so we can follow. Please join us. It needs to be deep cleaning of the temple. Okay? And that'll be on a Saturday. So please come on Saturday. Sign up. If you can't give many hours, give an hour. If you can't give many hours, an hour, give half an hour, etc. Keep going. Next is Sri Krishna Janmashtami. Temple is, of course, open all day, like it is these days as well. But in particular, for the general public, they're going to be coming between the 5 p.m. to midnight hour. So please come. Now, please listen carefully to this one. Shalu Mataji. So please listen carefully to this. This year, no parking on the temple premises and no parking on Grant Street, like for 3 blocks, because it causes dangers to people. No dropping off a family on First Avenue. Last year, a couple almost got hit by a truck that just wasn't going to wait for them. These are busy streets. They're not meant as drop-off zones. So what's the solution? The solution is there's going to be parking, public parking that the police have authorized. A shuttle will bring you park your car there. The shuttle, driven by devotees, that's a map. It's hard to probably see from back there, but you can see it on our website. You park your car, a shuttle will come and pick you up and drop you off at the temple, and will take you back also. And that way we avoid potential accidents. That's what police are most concerned about, because oftentimes when devotees have families from India, they're used to life in India, where you can just you can stop the car in the middle of the road and get out and do whatever you want. Here, if you do that, you're going to get hit with a car. And the cars are going fast enough that there's going to be an injury. So please don't do that. This is for your protection, and it's also to avoid the police from shutting down the festival because they think it's a public hazard. They have ultimate control, and we cannot allow that to happen. There'll be lots of volunteers to help. Next. And for Sri Krishna Janmashtami, there's opportunities to offer for bhoga. There's some devotees, Patabi Ram Prabhu and his family, deity dress, flowers, abhishek. So, let's fill up those slots. And your donation is tax deductible. Okay. Basically, you give that which is Krishna Bhagwan's back to Sri Krishna Bhagwan. It's what His Holiness Hridayanath Das Goswami Maharaj calls the beauty of yajna, as explained in Bhagavad Gita. Am I supposed to show this? Madhusudan Prabhu, you want to speak about this? You can speak. Is that the last thing? Let me finish. Let's finish with a couple of things. Go ahead. Next. Srila Prabhupada Parents' Day. So opportunities for sponsorship. Next. Today's sponsorship is by Sundar Madhav Prabhu and Archie Mataji. They were living here. They went to Austin, but they're still sponsoring on the occasion of their children's birthday. There was no flower outfit sponsorship. Please consider the beautiful garlands, etc. every time His Holiness Badrinath Swami talks to me, he asks me, how are your beautiful Shishya Nitai Satchidananda doing? He said, I love them. He said, they're beautiful. So we're very blessed to have them on our altar, and to decorate them with flowers is a privilege for us of a lifetime. Okay, let's move on. So you can offer that, and it's tax deductible. Raj Bhog Prasadam is available for order. There's an URL and a phone number. Ramwan Prabhu, can you raise your hand? His cell phone is available. You can let him know the day before that you want to book X number of plates, and they'll cook them. Okay, next. Shripada Mataji is going to speak something from Srila Prabhupada. So she speaks something written by, yes. Fundraising? Okay, do you want to come up and speak on that one? I think Madhusudan Prabhu is going to show the flyer for people, devotees putting up, and then you can speak about fundraising as well. Do you want to go? You want her to go first? Why don't you go first?
Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I want to thank the traveling Prabhus for such an ecstatic kirtan. Even with these old knees, I almost jumped up and down, so. Does it bring back memories? Yes. Yeah, we used to have devotees leaping in the air, so it was really fun to see that. Also, in book distribution, if somebody rejects a book, you can always ask that person, okay, well, can you say Hare Krishna? If they say Hare Krishna just one time, that's the start of their spiritual life. So it's really important to remember to do that. I want to share, I've shared this before, but a lot of you are newer to this congregation, so I'll share it again. This is from Nar Narayan, my god brother, who's no longer on the planet with us. This was in Mumbai, 25th anniversary at Chowpatty Temple. The tunes sung by Prabhupada are Vaikuntha melodies. Srila Prabhupada, who is a Paramahamsa, who descended from the spiritual sky, who brought his melodies. He said these are Vaikuntha melodies. If we want to know how do they chant in Krishna Loka, it is not a Marathi melody, it is not a Gujarati melody, it is not a Punjabi melody or a Bengali melody or a South Indian melody or a Tamil melody. These are Vaikuntha melodies. So if you want to know what it is like in Krishna Loka, listen to Prabhupada chanting, because that's where he's situated. He's situated in Krishna Loka. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Damodar Leela Mataji. Madhusudan Prabhu will say something, and then Damodar Leela Mataji will speak about fundraising, and then we'll have Prashad and prayers.
Hare Krishna. So as you have seen multiple slides, Janmashtami is coming, and this is the opportunity for us to invite our friends, families, and the guests which we even don't know, right? So one way to do it is to take this flyer, right? We have printed around 100 copies. Take this, stick it near the mailbox, public places where you are authorized to put, right? If you are putting in the library, ask them if you are allowed to put it, and then stick it there, right? In front of the Indian stores, any other public places where you can think a guest could see this and be able to participate in the Janmashtami celebration. It's a beautiful design flyer. We will have postcard printed as well this week, which we individually hand over to the guest and invite them to come. So we will talk to Vedak Mother Prabhuji to have the volunteer sign up. Generally, in front of the Indian stores, we stand for a few hours for a week or so, and whoever comes there, we invite them by giving that postcards. So before you go, please take few. Only take the ones which you can think you can put it somewhere. Don't let it go waste. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
One important point that some devotees are telling me is that since India Day usually precedes the observance of India Day last year was at Beaverton, usually precedes Sri Krishna Janmashtami, but not this year. So India Day, because pretty well attended, is an opportunity to distribute a lot of invites and flyers. We don't have that luxury this year, so we really need to get on the get on the streets and at the stores, etc. Put it up in your clubhouse if you live in an apartment complex, etc. Your school if you can, etc. Okay, so we don't have that much time to advertise that. Okay, Damodar Mataji will speak about something important. We want to thank Padyavali Mataji for doing all the beautiful flyers. That beautiful Rath Yatra flyer was also designed by her. So thank you, Mataji, as well as the website with Mataji and Jayanatai Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I don't. Even the fundraising.
Yeah, even the fundraising poster, they have been helping us design every year. So you all probably must have seen this. This is a poster we create every year where we involve our community of various businesses in town to sponsor Janmashtami. So, and then we put up their ads here, which are shown to everybody who comes to visit on Janmashtami Day. So we put it up at multiple locations near the welcome booth and near the Prasadam where everybody will go on Janmashtami Day. So it's a good outreach opportunity for businesses. So we need help from all of you in two ways. If you yourself are a business owner or you know somebody who owns a business in town, please consider sponsoring or connect with them and tell them about this opportunity. And secondly, you can just help us in making calls to some businesses. We have made a list of people who we can talk to, but it's a long list, and it's very hard for one person to do that. So I already have many volunteers, but more are welcome to make the initial calls and to follow up and finally get us the ad image in time to make the poster. So this is a good opportunity. Many people, they also think that, they anyway wanted to donate and get Punya Karma, and they are getting the ad almost like a free thing. So it's like a win-win opportunity. So we can share various things that we use. We have made some notes, so we can guide you or share what we use to talk to people. So you don't have to have any previous experience. If you just have the desire, please contact me and I'll share all the resources. And if you yourself know anybody who would like to sponsor, please let us know. And also, apart from businesses, if people just want to donate for Janmashtami, please go out, reach out to your friends. Even without an ad, they don't have to own a business, but if they want to donate, they are most welcome, and we can guide how to do that. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. And unrelated thing, we are doing Mataji's bhajan on Janmashtami, like every festival we do. So today will be the first practice. If you want to take part, it's only for Mataji's. Please come, we'll practice after Prasadam. Hare Krishna.
Are there any questions on the fundraising? No? Okay. So please take flyers, right? And put them up so that you can advertise for it. You're doing your part. So we'll have Prasadam prayers. You want to chant Prasadam prayers? They're truncated versions of what I've heard at ISV, so let somebody else? Okay. Okay. Who wants to chant Prasadam prayers? Anirudh or Subhu. He's going to do the Mardana.
Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Sapa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasunye Vajayate Saridad Vijayajal Dohinde Hetahika Jive Pele Visaya Sagare Kamade Jivayati Lobo Maisa Dharmati ताके चेता कते न संसारे कृष्ण बरदयमय शरीर जीव जाय स्वप्रसादन दिलो बाय स्वयनामृतप राधा कृष्ण गुण गो प्रेमे ताको श्री चैतन्य निताय जैनी माय जैनी ताय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री भगवत प्रसादम की